Great Hera, Wonder Woman 84 blows chunks. Well, at least your movie didn't have Richard Pryor in it.
Coming to paperback and e-readers in 2021, John Haynes, Taking Care of Business. The man who rules the world breaks on a brand new partner to help him take care of business in this action-packed, all-new John Haynes series adventure. Get John Haynes, Taking Care of Business in 2021 at online booksellers everywhere.
I've got this HBO Max subscription for the next month, and because I've got it for the next month, I decided to check out some films that I missed at the theater because I was too busy working on my own projects. And one of the films that I missed at the theaters was SHAZAM a few years ago. And I finally got a chance to take a look at it on Sunday, and I have to honestly say it is a far superior film to Wonder Woman 1984, and it's just a fun movie that captures the spirit of the character from Fawcett Comics while keeping things modern for today. Now, your SHAZAM is based on Jeff Johns' version of Captain Marvel, and it's based on the stories that were in the back of the Justice League comics that introduced the SHAZAM character in DC's New 52. However, while it's based on Jeff Johns' version, it still captures the spirit of the Fawcett comics, and it still maintains the core foundation of those Fawcett comics and the ultimate thing as related to the SHAZAM family. Now, your SHAZAM is a action comedy, and usually that's a kiss of death for movies like Superman 3 and Wonder Woman 1984, but SHAZAM does a great job of balancing the action and the comedy and making the movie fun for everyone. So it proves that you can mix comedy with the action and do it very well. And the execution on concept here is very well done as it relates to maintaining that balance between action and comedy in SHAZAM. And that's because the writers took their time to really go out here and craft really strong characters in SHAZAM. I mean, every character in SHAZAM is rich and multi-dimensional, from Billy Batson, the kid who winds up losing his mother, and then as he travels trying to find her, we get a clear concept of him as a hero, as a main character, and what he wants to do is find his mother. But the whole thing is, we care because a child needs their mother and they need their family in order to grow. So we get a good concept here as related to the main character, what they want, the obstacles that are in their way, and why we should care. And in contrast with Siviana, the villain of the story, and this is one of the things I really liked about this movie, is the fact that we have a clear bad guy in this movie, something that has lacked in many superhero movies as of late, because they always want to present us with these bad guys we should like or sympathize with, like your Thanos and your Max Lord. With SHAZAM, we get a clear villain that we're supposed to hate, and that really helps the story, because when we have black and white parameters with a superhero movie, it makes that movie far more compelling, because we have a hero and their personal conflicts, but we have a build-up to a villain that will challenge all of their ethics overall. So that's what we see in the SHAZAM movie, is a great setup as related to the premise and the characters. And we see Billy Batson being a teenager and wanting to go out here and do the things that a man can do. And that's really fun, because we get to see him doing what a guy would do if he had an adult body and he had a child mind. So we get to see that on display throughout the movie. And we also get to see another guy who's a hero, Freddie Freeman. I mean, he has the heart of a hero, and he helps Billy be able to navigate the world. And I like that relationship between Freddie and Billy. And they really showed how they really were, just like brothers, and how one brother was looking out for the other. And it really was a great story, and I really enjoyed seeing that aspect of the story, seeing one guy looking out for the other guy. and one guy not giving up on the other guy. And that was one of the things about the Freddy character that made him a great hero, was the fact that he never gave up on his brother, even though he was out here getting caught up in the attention he was receiving as Shazam. And I loved all of it because it was just like something a teenager would do. So the movie was just absolutely fantastic from first frame to last. And I also like the fact that they built Siviana up as a credible threat and showed his danger as a bad guy. I mean, he was really scary. I mean, it's the first time I've actually had a villain that I actually was scared of in a film. I mean, this guy was really dangerous. You could feel his threat, and we haven't had that type of villain in a film in a long time. I mean, this film, it really pulls at your emotions, and that's one of the other things that I liked about this film, is that it really drew you in, and it was very compelling overall. I mean, Shazam, again, far superior film to Wonder Woman 84, and I'd even have to say it's a far superior film than even some MCU movies like Spider-Man Homecoming, Avengers Infinity War. I mean, the story here, it resonated with me, and it just felt like a good old-fashioned comic book movie come to life, but it also had some great aspects that took me back to old 1990s superhero films, and it also took me back to old 1990s action films. I mean, there was a lot of love on that screen in Shazam. There was a lot of heart in Shazam. It was just a well crafted, well rounded film, and I could see why so many DC Comics fans enjoyed watching Shazam, because this was a film that really, as I say it again, not only captured the spirit of the Fawcett Comics character, but captured the whole spirit of DC Comics as related to heroes and them being paragons and ideals, and these ideals something that they want to aspire to. And it was just a good old-fashioned fun movie. I mean, this is the kind of movie I want to see more of. I want to see more movies like Shazam, more just good old-fashioned good guys versus bad guys type movies. No, none of this sympathetic bad guy like Wonder Woman 84 and Avengers Infinity War and Avengers Endgame. I want to see good guys versus bad guys, and I want to see rich multidimensional characters that just come to life on screen, because that's what we got in Shazam. We got people coming to life, people we could care about, and a hero who was really connected to people. And that was one of the other aspects of the character transformation arc. I liked seeing how Billy Batson, this guy who was a kid who just had been rejected and was trying to find his family, he was connecting with people when he became the hero, and he was understanding why he had needed to go out here and serve and protect the people. So we saw why he was a hero, and we saw why he was chosen as a champion, because of his heart and his character, and he showed that character through and through in this movie. And the performances here were absolutely fantastic from everybody in this film, from Zachary Levi, who did a great job of showing how he was like almost like a teenager in an adult body. That was an amazing performance. The performance by the actor who played Billy Batson and Freddie Freeman was incredible, and even the actors who played Mary Marvel and the other actors and actresses, they did a great job. And it just shows how this story still remains a classic. I mean, this was just a very, very well done movie, and this is the type of film that DC needs to be creating its model around. I mean, Shazam, we need more Shazams and less Wonder Woman 84s, where you're trying too hard to make the movie and not focusing on what's the most important, and that is showing how this hero is important to people and their relationship with people. I mean, that was one of the big problems with Wonder Woman 84, was it didn't really feel like she was a hero in the movie, and it didn't really feel like there was anybody we could connect with and see why we needed to care. With Shazam, we saw why we needed to care from minute one. I mean, yes, the film started out with telling us about Siviana and his selfishness, but it also made us understand why Shazam's selflessness was important and why we needed a hero, because these seven deadly sins, if they were winding up going out here, how they could corrupt people and lead to the world being in danger, and why you needed a hero to go out here and stand up for morals and virtues. So this was a great movie, and this was, as I see it, one of the great superhero movies. It's an underrated superhero movie, and it, again, it's one of the best ones I've seen so far. And I have to say, it's up there with '89's Batman, 2002 Spider-Man, '78 Superman. It's just a well done movie that captures the spirit of the character and shows why this character is an icon that fans have loved from generation to generation. And it's a film I highly recommend. And it's one that I'm sorry that I missed at the theaters, because I think I would have had a lot of fun watching this one at the theater. Now, if you want to see me do more reviews of superhero movies, you can donate to my Patreon, my PayPal, or my Cash App by clicking the links in the description box. And if you want to pick up some of my stories featuring heroes and heroines, like the ISIS series, the E-Steam series, the John Haynes series, and the books of the Spinsterella trilogy, you can find all of those books on Amazon.com in paperback and Kindle format, Smashwords, the iBookstore, and Google Play. That's all I have to say for this video. You can comment, rate, and subscribe.